Hello. Sorry I'm a bit late. Some personal stuff, but we're here now. Let's pin this, and I'm just waiting for this to load. Bang on. Okay. Fabulous.
Remember me, oh dear.
Oi! Don't start off screen. Alright, cool. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Pop in. I like doing a couple of extra admin things. Okay, I got the notes. Actually, where's my paper? Don't know. Too far now. Don't worrying. Do not worrying. So it's been a long week for me, but I am in good health this time. So I'm ready for some cool music. I don't think there's more to say than that.
Let's just do it, everybody. Let's just do it. Let me swap to this time. There's one. Bing, bang, boom. Fabulous.
Alright, we start with an experimental tune by Winza Boy. Just learn how to make a... You're telling me you didn't know how to make a super saw this whole time? Just learn how to make super saw. So I want to try a new style, ignore mixing. I've really done fuck all to the mixing and focusing on getting the ideas first. I think this is good. I think this isn't the right approach for every producer. Like this works for, I think, people who need to focus on their composition. Because sometimes I think there's a time to work on mixing. I think you benefit a lot from having some amount of like mixing going into your songs. And I would say if you're a person who's like super creative already and you have like hundreds of songs that like you never really finish or like are all sort of half done, that's the person who needs to think about like working on their mixing. But your mixing is fine already. So yeah, I think this is a good shout.
Remember me, oh dear one. Remember me, I don't wanna fade. Remember me, the fallen. I don't wanna be forgotten. Remember me, oh dear one. Remember me, I don't wanna fade. Endless sea of
feel like my face is serious right now. I'm just like, but this is cool. This is a cool idea. I really like it. Hell yeah. Where do I start with this? So one, I think this is a good example of just like boom, get it out, full arrangement, bam, song out. There's a lot of work obviously that needs to be done production wise to this, but I think it's great that you sent it to me like this because you get an idea of like what's the song actually about, and a lot of it's just like the building the atmosphere to get to this big drop. And about like letting this whole thing rise up to it. By the way, Doctor, hello. I hope all the things on your plate are working out well. I would say to me the drop is cool. I like this whole like bass chord stack. I think the sound of it is pretty nice. The lead is a little too like almost like kitschy, like bee bee bee. Like it's a bit nasally and stuff, so I would love to hear some extra layers added to that. And to me, I don't see that as a part of mixing. That's like a sound selection choice, which is just part of the creative stuff. Obviously, you get into that debate of like, well, when is it mixing and when is it like a creative thing? And like obviously, the mixing is in a way a huge part of or a meaningful part of the creative process. But here I'm just talking about like, I'm not a big fan of the sound of that lead. I think it just needs some beef. Like it needs extra sounds to it, not even just like take the sound and like add an EQ at 4,000 kilohertz with, whatever. On this drop, I think the flutters are cool. This like boom, this da 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 da. I would say just be consistent with it. To me, the flutter stuff is not... It's something that you want it to be very structured, because otherwise it feels a bit intrusive. Because it... At least to me, the first time I heard this drop, like these first bars, where I was like, okay... When you have these like straight chords, cool. And then all of a sudden you have these like chord, like these LFO like flutters that like pass through the whole thing, but they're all little. The order of them is never really the same, and it just feels a bit disorienting, and you don't ever get that like complete repetition. So I would say just like save your variation on those for the second drop. As a listener, I'm a little more receptive to more variation again, because it just feels like a little too much. I mean, it stopped me a bit from enjoying the epicness of it. The other thing is definitely like if you're gonna keep this vocal, it needs some tuning, and more so than just like slap some auto-tune or melda-tune on it. It kind of needs like some melodyne love, because especially here, this melody got really boring. It gets really repetitive, and the delivery of it is super repetitive. But if you can melodyne some parts of it, and at least like break up the melody and like add parts of the, like, you know, in the breaks that are, or like these bridges and stuff that are different, you're gonna make the vocal infinitely more impressive and expressive. And it will make the parts where it is the way it is right now sound better because it's not happening so often. So it will by default become more special. The bridge will become more special. So you make a change in one section and actually benefit two, because this one's different and now this one feels more different than it was. I also, this is like, I think a taste thing. I just don't like this piano.
Impasse. No more moonlight left here to guide me. Drifted.
I'm not even sure exactly what it is. It just feels awkward. Like it feels like a stem from some other song that kind of fits. And it might just be that the vocal and the piano are not playing nice together. I would have to go into the project and like test out like muting different stuff and seeing what's not playing nice. But this piano really just stuck out to me, and I just thought like, why does it sound like that? Like why? I don't know. And that might also be something where you get through production, you're just like, yeah, I didn't have time to make it sound more gooder, and like it served the purpose of like adding the harmonies that I was looking for with the vocal, and that's fine. But I would give some attention to that piano because it did not jive with me. Did not. Let me check chat. You reckon a distorted electric guitar layer as a lead would work? Absolutely. Electric guitar is always a great lead layer. My personal opinion is like anything that comes out of the like commercial pop world, and that can be like that sort of like rock era, like, you know, anything of like that 80s 90s stuff, K-pop, J-pop, whatever. Sounds that come out of that stuff are like heavily scrutinized per se. You tend to not pick sounds that are super experimental. You pick whatever really works. And you can tell that they work because they have mass appeal. And things that have mass appeal are hitting on something more just like fundamentally baseline appealing. So a distorted electric guitar is one of those just sounds that kind of doesn't work in every song, but it always works, if that makes sense. It's always an option that you can consider in any context that's safe. Sometimes it's not what you need. Sometimes you need something that's more ambitious and more creative. The guitar and the intro and the pianos were from the OG song with vocal.
I don't wanna hold you, or to fly as I swim through inexpensive shadows of black.
I don't know. I just can't get behind this piano. It's like, it's something about it. I expected a house drop. Interesting. Doing yard work right now, but I'll finish. If I finish in time, I'll submit some. Yay! We all have to send Hans Claire our energy to make the yard work go faster. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, sorry if the screen quality dips. I'm getting like giant yellow banners on my thing. It's like, we're not receiving enough data. It's gonna suck now. Viewers will experience buffering. So, sorry, gang. If you experience buffering mid-song, that would be unfortunate. 15 viewers down. Oh, gang. Where the hell did all of you come from? That's nice. Good to see everybody in here. Hello. Make sure you guys submit in the link because I'm doing these in order of submission. So the earlier you submit it, the earlier you will hear your own song. And the earliest way to do that is obviously in the Discord. But I think you guys know that. Exceeding haze. Let's get it. very different kind of cover art than we normally get out of Haze. So let's see what kind of tune we're gonna get. Thanks, big guy. I'm going back to sleep right now. I bet. Sleep well. You submitted 2? Oh my god, scandalous. This lead is super interesting. Okay, Haze, we'll see.
Got a flow ready to roll, 50 in the
Haze is cooking, guys! Got the triplets, let's go. Wow, that is a different sound. W's in chat, guys, W's in chat. Haze finish? I agree, Haze finish, please. Holy. Big fan of this vocal chop. Oh my god! We absolutely need like a good screaming like vocal sample here, like a oh my god, like you can take anything from our stream, have it, like we gotta make like some fun stuff. Thing is that usually the reactions are in my face, not necessarily in my voice, because I try not to talk over the songs, because that's kind of weird, you know. Damn. Really, really nice. It's like a different sound. Usually it's like much more like melody focused. And I would say like abstract. This is like very structured and well done. Not that you don't have structure in some of your other songs, but I think you know what I mean. Yeah, I really love that switch up from like this melodic lead, focusing on just like building out this wedge, focusing, like, using this lead as the guide into. And I would say you actually need the break a little bit. Like you need, the reason why I would say the oh my god sample or like something in here just before the drop as like a pre-drop vocal with nothing else is because it actually lets the kick hit harder. Because for me, I couldn't really read well when the kick was hitting. That is partially, I think, because the kick could be a bit more transient. Especially on the top end, it kind of, it doesn't quite carry over. Like you don't read the kick super well because all of the elements are super punchy and super transient in and of themselves. So I would say if you get the kick like almost clickier, just so that you can really feel that and like having that pre-drop will just make it even more extreme or like obvious that the fake out has ended and you transition into the thing. I want to do a lot with D blue stretch in the second drop. Do it, like freaking do it, man. We will be here ready. This is fire. What else can I think? I mean, this is all good, and I know you know how to do this stuff and nail it, so maybe even like an extra like vocal like granular pad, just like a subtle one to give it some ambience if you're not going to add like an actual vocal in here. Because it sounds like there's a very interesting like artifacty messed up vocal sort of running in the background. You might want to lift it up a little bit in the mix because you can hear it when you're listening for it, but it doesn't quite come across. And that type of stuff always just like fills attention really well. Like you get, you know, holds your attention nicely. It's so good. Yeah, it's really like here the you really need that. Oh my god! Because if it's just the same rhythm of these like da 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 da, it'll just it's gonna hit so hard then. It's just gonna like feel so satisfying. I swear. Oh my god! I can already hear it in my head. We'll add outro soon and touch up second break and second drop. Cool. Okay, full on Kelly B song. Yeah, sorry Hayes, I don't have more to say. It's just too good. It's your fault, really. You shouldn't have been so good. Me. All right, let's hit it. Oh, where's that little leap? Oh, that little dude is so good. Oh, that adds so much depth to the drop. Like, I'm really missing that, like that extra bit here. Like the completion of this. Because the thing is, you open a loop with that little do-do-do. But you never close it, which can be nice. Sometimes you want to leave an open loop. That can be a really interesting thing. But here it feels a little, like a, what's it called? Chekhov's gun. Like you set something up, but you don't actually fully deliver on that loop. So I would like complete that. And I think it should be with that lead because it's super satisfying. But even if you started with that lead and used a different, but kind of similar enough lead that you feel like it's completing that, that's enough. Family, super cool. I think the strings in here are a little too like papery, like they feel a bit thin. So I'd love to hear a little bit more depth, you know, in those. So I think that will help make the whole thing more exciting. Because yeah, right now the second break is a bit underwhelming. Like for sure here, you will you will lose listeners. And I say lose listeners not in like a the listeners will go away and it will be bad, but like you're not going to keep the engagement. I think for a substantial amount of people, and that's just like you can make it more exciting and more engaging. Yeah. I wonder if you can't add like a delay to this clock as well, and have ping pong, because the it just feels like it needs or it would be cooler with a bit more movement. So I'm trying to think about how you can do that, and I think just having it ping pong, having a delay that's either echoing, right, so that you get that like doubling almost of the clock leaning one way or another, or if you have it so it's almost like doubling the tempo. And you could even do more creative timings as well, right? Of like a 16th and like a 4th on left and right, and then have that ping ponging as well, which could be interesting. Or like a dual echo, could be fun. Yo, we got so many goats in chat. Holy, what's up, Arnosh? Hello, Green Dragon. I didn't say hi before, and of course, Mr. Dalek Music is here. Completion is there, but I think the previous lead needs to be the one closing it. Yeah, I see what you're talking about there. You're my goat. This is so peak. I mean, it kind of is. Both Hayes and Kelly B, the boys are just hitting a home run today. And I'm really happy you made the full arrangement. Like it just makes such a difference to like go through and listen to a whole track. There's two more things, or one more thing I wanted to touch on. It's just the pre-drop. To me, the reverse is a bit thin. I think you can draw it out so starts a bit earlier, and it's more impressive, because right now it's just kind of like this noise reverse. So I would say a tonal reverse, a kick reverse as well in here. So it's like a full-bodied reverse into this thing, because it's going in super dry right now. Like it might even be there, but I do wonder if you can't just like somehow amp up the reverse here. Like you might have a reverse kick in there. It sounds like maybe there is, but it doesn't hit hard enough for me. I think it could be more, and yeah, a little earlier. Maybe not all of them. You can have one that starts a bit earlier, and we're talking about 20 milliseconds and 50 milliseconds here. Like it's not a huge amount of drawing it further, but that type of stuff makes a difference, especially when it's silent. Yeah, and that goes for both pre-drops, I think. For the second one, it's not as big of an issue, I think, because you've heard the drop before, so you know what's coming. But for the first one, it makes a big difference. Hello, Green Dragon. Let's listen to your song.
Kyokin is a certified femboy.
Today on my YouTube recommended, I got like this video of this old dude, and it just says explaining the FUTA tax, and it's like the Federal Unemployment Tax Act or whatever. And I literally watched it, went straight to the comments. It was fabulous, and this is making me think of that. All right,
Kyokin is a certified femboy.
let's enjoy our femboy content.
You know what's crazy? This is good, bro. This is good. But why not put this
Joyzy?
into a job?
I should have known. Just went in, let's go. Hola, Dog Street. You know what this sounds like to me? It kind of sounds, and maybe this is partially just the intro, like throwing me off a little bit. Well, the intro is funny though, by the way. But it gives me a bit the vibe of a like a demo track for a preset pack. You know, it has that sense of like there are a lot of really cool, well done sounds here, but it doesn't quite feel like a song. It doesn't feel like it's saying anything in particular. So it's just like a lot of cool songs and cool little pitches, and it's like a demonstration, but not a tune in and of itself. And I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, or just... I think it's also stuff like this here, where you add like these cool variations, but they're just... I don't know. It's like too complicated all of a sudden. It like doesn't simply work. You say that might be. I used all the presets from a pack. Oh my god. One pack samples, of course, varied. Damn. Craziness. I mean, that's not inherently a bad thing, by the way. Like, I think if you use all the... You know, all the sounds should probably go together if they're from the same pack. And they do sound put together. It's more so for me, like, compositionally. It doesn't quite feel like it has... Like, it's going somewhere. It just feels like... It was made to demonstrate the sound. Yeah. So, what I would say is... You need a theme. You need an extra theme. And the theme could be one of these sounds, right? Where you say, this is the epicenter of this track. And then just, I would say, like, reshape and work all your other elements just to be focusing more on that element. And play to that element. You know, have your drums play to that element and, like, amp it up. Use effects to play up that element. And also use, like, world sounds. So world sounds, I mean, like, effects. Like, things that you would record in the world that are not inherently musical. You know, that are like not an instrument or not a vocal, but give you like a certain texture, and immediately you have a sort of sense of like where this sound might be coming from. So like, you know, the sound of a street or being in a car, you know, the sound of like your seatbelts clinking in and stuff, the blinkers or like the indicators, those are all sounds like you have a very strong immediate association of what that sound is supposed to be. You know, somebody washing the dishes, a washing machine. What else could you do? You know, like the heart rate monitor from a hospital. Those are like, to me, those are all sounds that when you incorporate them, you immediately create a environment for somebody to imagine the story in. And when you use those in a song that feels like it doesn't have like a place, like it's sort of isolated. I'm not gonna lie, I might quit music. Can't find inspiration, so making a preset pack worthy song. Are we talking an Atlas Dean ID or a Dalek ID? I mean, I hope it's an Atlas Dean ID, but we'll see. Green Dragon, it's okay to take a break. You don't have to, like, quit. I'm also starting to realize that I'm gonna release cancelled music. What does that mean? I might stick to making OST game making stuff and not originals. That's fair. I mean, the thing is, like, this idea that, like, we have to be, like, superstars. I already, like, moved away from that because it's not enjoyable for me. Like, I have stuff that I'm gonna do, and that I'm working on, but it's like not Killcon stuff. It's other stuff, because that's the stuff that I enjoy making, and like I feel like I can really add something to the world. So, yeah, man, just take a break. I really think like sometimes taking a break, go and try other art. That's my actual biggest like feedback. We went from feedback to your music, feedback to your career, feedback to your life. It just says feedback stream. It doesn't say what we're giving feedback on. That's crazy as well, because I was giving feedback to someone, like I was giving like some pretty like, you know, like more deep like advice earlier today. I was having like a deep conversation with someone today, like some real life stuff. So it's like going in the same direction. No one has been noticing me for a while. No one knows how long and invisible I've been. You're always gonna be miserable when you're at the mercy of the numbers. Like even before, like you mentioned, like, oh, we have 15 viewers in my chat. I don't even look at the number because it focusing my attention to that doesn't make the stream any better. It just makes me unhappy when the number goes down, and I get like in a momentary boost when the number go up, but it's not worth it. I'd rather focus on like the chat and like having fun and giving you guys the best feedback possible. Because if I were to do this routinely, that's what would actually make me successful. Is like, do people trust me to give feedback on their music? Not like, you know, how much attention and how cool I am. Like, there's some people who succeed on that, but it's not really replicatable. So I don't focus on that type of stuff. And I don't know that it serves you to focus on that either. Sticks to one direction right now, probably go some experimental way, but not the retro future trap guy I used to be known for. That's great. Like, honestly, genuinely try different stuff. Because sometimes it's what you need. It's just like reset. Because if you wanted to come back to it, all of your experience will still be there. It's not like you're gonna forget how to make it entirely. You'll forget some stuff and relearn it in a new way, and it will probably be better than it was before. And yeah, what I mean when I say try different art is like try literally different formats, like different mediums of art. Go and try painting or pottery or gardening or anything else that piques your interest, and you don't have to go super far in. Sometimes it's just a little bit of trying something else, and also that like speed of getting good fast when you try something new is enough to like, then when you come back to doing the art you were doing before, it's a lot more fun because you've had this like break creatively, you've tried focusing on different stuff, and you actually had like a nice reset. Don't stress numbers, turn and know who I am, and my music's still a favorite thing in the world. And I mean, we all think Hans Claire is goated. We notice. I also mentioned the interaction you have between you and your audience, but I've been lacking that itself. I mean, yeah, that's true. I have the benefit of like having interactions with you guys. That's 100% like a fantastic benefit I have, and you guys tell me nice things to my face per se. It's super nice. I'm not gonna take away that's there, but like no one sees my music either. You know, like I put out the best song I ever did, and it's like what, like 100 streams on SoundCloud maybe. But that wasn't like that was never the part of it that I cared about. I just wanted it out genuinely. And also, the best part of releasing that song was like definitely the couple of messages that I got about it. And I hope that like when you release music, like your OST stuff, that somebody sends you a message of like, hey, this was my favorite part of this game, or hey, this made this experience of doing this thing so much better. And it might take some time, but I do think like your music is good enough that will happen. It just might take also a bit of luck to be in like the right place at the right time. Sometimes it's not about how good you are, it's just about timing. I'll take your suggestion, guys. Thank you. Hey, happy we can help. All right. Moving on. Addicted ID. Mostly need feedback on the breaks. Cool. Good to know. Pasta House. No way Kyokon. No way Orexo.
Addicted to your love, I don't even show it. You already know it. Addicted to your touch, addicted to your love, I don't even show it. You already know it. Addicted to your touch, addicted to your love, I don't even show it. You already know it. Addicted to your touch, addicted to your love,
Top three
I
in
don't
here.
even
Let's
show
go.
it. You already know it. You already know it.
Nice. Ooh, this section is cool. Really good vocal selection. I'm gonna head out. Bye bye. See you, Green Dragon. Meow. See, here I think we need more energy. For sure. I'll come back to this.
Caught up in your touch, my thoughts go MIA. You're my great escape, escape. Look out and no on. Step to your door while watching her on. You took time, stop playing with your drum. She might be fine with a meal. She's right like I ain't got time for another dime. Girl, want it down like a sugar daddy. Not my fault, I don't start any kind. She says she's all smart, but I wrote to you. You already know it. You already know it.
Okay. I like this build. Like, the build almost itself is dropped nicely. Dude, Urso, it's so cool to hear like the improvement in your execution of this style. Because now this feels like this is definitely like the tightest tune you've ever sent me. It's really nice. Like the drop is super solid. You have like cool sounds everywhere. The like turnarounds and stuff are great. I think definitely like you're probably on the money that like the breaks need some attention. The one thing, there's like the only thing I'll say about the drops is like this like that laser sound should be in the front. I think like it should be punchy and like in your face. Because now it's kind of like in the background, like, you know, almost like behind your head, and I think it just should be more upfront with everything else going on. And that's either like making it more lasery, like more dispersory, pew pew pew, or it's gonna be like a bit of distortion as well, just to make it punch through. I think it's okay for them to be like bright and have like a good amount of high end, because your other elements do as well. So you could probably boost up the highs a bit. It probably will happen naturally when you do some distortion or extra processing to it. Beyond that, I would say like here, I think the vocal is a little quiet. Like here as well. The part of that is just the way the vocal is sung, where it's like, that's very nicely in here for the section, but I'm guessing there's not much you can do about that. And so I would say just like bring up the vocal a little bit. Even here, it's kind of inside of the mix with all the other elements, and it needs to be just above there, so that it's kind of like, this is the mix, it needs to be just poking out so that you can really, you read it as the loudest thing. The best way, I would say, to like really tell is you should be able to play the song on your phone walk out of the room and go around the corner and go to the point where you can just barely hear anything. And if the only thing that you hear, the only remaining thing, or one, the loudest thing you can hear is the vocal, it's probably in a decent spot. Now, if it's only the vocal when you just like start going out the door, it's too loud probably. But if like, you hear it and as you're walking through, you're hearing like the vocal, and then shortly after hearing all the other elements as you get closer to like the room where you put your phone down, you're probably in a good spot. Because the idea is just that it like rides just above. So it's not competing with all the other elements for like the main attention, but everything else gets the space that it needs. Other than that, like honestly, like these builds are great. They're like very like clean, it's like simple, but I don't think you need anything else for the style. Like you don't inherently have to go like insane. Well, that's it. I think here the energy dies a bit. And here I would say try adding a different kind of low end than you have before. So either that's like some sort of like low end little percussions. I don't do like orchestral things because those are, I would say, very cliche in this style. Is like big orchestral drums, so don't do that. But any kind of like, like low end, like, just play the bass notes of your chord progression, but on something interesting. Like don't do it on just like a flat reese bass because it's gonna just dilute the interest of a track. You could also maybe just do it on like some like tubas or something, just something that's got a bit of low end to it, and just play like the like two of the notes from your chords. Could also work, like the bass note and the top note. But that here is just like, here we need a bit more energy. Otherwise, here the intro is fine. Also fine. It's just here, like the energy is like low after we've been at a big high point, and it kind of just dips down too much, especially after this big white noise out. And I would take these plucks and turn them up a little bit, because they kind of just get completely buried by the exhaust. Okay, next, Arnash. Kling plong. Love that piano, it's so beautiful. Alright, I'll be done in a bit. Hell yeah, bro. Hatsuka, you'll make it. Give volume, give volume. Just gonna turn it up a bit. Hey, this is very church sounding. This harp is crazy in the left ear as well. This is sick. Ooh. I just love this harp. This harp in the right ear is so clean. It's just like, it's so satisfying. Just keep going. Wow. This is like really 2015 almost with this outro too. Wow. I feel like I need to clap. That was excellent. Wow. Really nice. I haven't heard a song like that in a long time. Maybe I just don't listen to this enough, but like that was really nice. I loved that. Really, really loved that. I've got notes, but like they're like happy notes, you know? Like this is super, super cool. I'm so happy that like he sent me this. Hey, have you done mine? I have not gotten to yours yet, Sam. It's in the queue. There are some songs in between us and you. There's like 2 more songs. For this, I would say one thing as well, by the way, is like this, it gives me like 2 very distinct vibes. One is like I want to see like a Wii Sports edit to this song. I know that's like maybe a crazy reference, but like it has like, especially this piano, it's so Wii Sports. It's so Wii Sports. It's a beautiful, beautiful vibe that I have not visited or like thought about in a long time. This is like the energy I might need in my life right now. It's just like sun and Wii Sports. And I've got the sun part. I just need the Wii Sports. Oh god, going back to the Wii sounds like heaven. The other thing is like, and this is just like I think a placement thing, right? Where you just want to think about like what kind of, like where does this song serve its listeners? Sometimes like for a lot of us it's just like we want to be successful on streaming, but this strikes me as the type of tune that would do fabulously in like a sync deal, basically, to use in esports. This would be a song that if I heard this in like an esports broadcast, like in between matches and stuff, I would 100% be like, yo, what is this song? It is fire. Let me go and listen to it on my own. But it'd be so perfect, like especially this. Like this is just, because it's not like huge hype, like we are all at the festival and like spraying champagne. Like it has a little bit of that. It has a little bit of like high octane, but it's not like the Martin Garrix High on Life type of like progressive house style. It's like this more slower, at home, type of thing, which is just to me it just like screams like esports. They would love this type of thing. It's like very hopeful and high energy, but not, rude in any ways. It's great. I would enjoy it for sure. Actual notes though is like I think all the arps and stuff are super clean. The drums here are good. My main issue is that they're like, you can tell that they're drums that have been played loud. So somebody's hit the drum with a lot of energy, but it is quiet. And what it does is it makes it feel very fake. Because if someone's played the drum loud, it should be loud. And I think what you want is a drum that's played softer. And it might not need to be terribly much softer, but right now it just feels a little disorienting. You could also just turn the drums you have a bit up. I think you have space to do that, and maybe even the home mix can be like compressed a little bit more and brought up. I know you probably don't want to destroy your dynamics. I'm not suggesting you do, but I think you do have a couple of dB of room to like, make it poof a little bit more, and also make your drums, because the drums in and of themselves feel a little squashed. Like they don't feel super dynamic. They feel like the air in them and like the room tone is pretty at the limit, like compressed upwards. So yeah, if you've got like processing and compression on those drums, I would take it off and let them be at a louder level. If these are just how they came, I would either turn them up or see if you can't like maybe replace them for a quieter, like a softer played drum, because it will just connect way more with everything else going on in this section. Because it sticks out to me. I would say the intro as well is quite long, and I understand the vibe of keeping it long. I think my main issue here is like there's not enough automation clips. Like even this, like if you're going through in 3-4 different places across a minute and an element is not changing at all, I think you have room there to like really like add some extra automations to like this ARP and some of the other elements, so that you take all the same elements and you bring them in at different times, do different things with them at different times. Whether it's okay, we're gonna bring in the high end of the piano later, or we're going to bring in, we're going to take away or change, add some phasing, or I don't know, like bring up the reverb of this ARP on the left side more, like starting from like halfway in this section to like really bring it up. You just want to figure out how can I take all of these elements and morph them in a way so I get like this like deeper track, deeper thing. It's like a camera movement almost. And I say that because I, work in film, so I see a lot of that, where it's like you can just look at a scene that's playing for a while, but if you can push in a little bit and like add that extra movement in the camera, or we can do like a little bit of a thing, like even if it's like at the beginning we're moving to get into this position where then we stay for a while, and then even there like we push in until like we really have to stay still, and even then at the end then maybe we go with someone, or have some movement in the background. Like all of that stuff makes a difference, and I think you just need to do a little bit of magic here with some automations to make that section come alive, because it's so important, because it's right at the beginning, and if you can sell somebody on this part of the track, they're they're absolutely in, because it is like a longer track, and you really got to nail the intro, because there's no like quick payoff in 20 seconds. You got to ride it out for 3 minutes before you get that big payoff. Okay, enough yapping. Okay, sweet. WE Sports, I'll beat anyone in bowling. Oh. Rocket League main menu music, also very true. 100% true. Rocket League main menu music, absolutely fire. Giga call out. Alright, next up we got Walkus, Focus, Spring Rain, FEF4, F4, PC. What is that? Oh my god, look at those cherry blossoms. God damn. hella jealous. Alright, let's get it. Ooh. We're going to Banger Town, guys. It's about to get fabulous. Let's go! I love the bass here. That big detuned bass. Wow. Wow. Excellent, excellent, excellent. What, guys, do we expect anything less from Marcus, or like what are we talking about? Fucking mid stab. Love that. Outro's great. I can hear the some of my AirPods. Real. Like. So good. Wow. I would say like to boost like a little bit of the mids here, because it feels a little too disco smiled, where it's like a lot of low end and like good amount of like balanced highs and mids. But I think a bit more mids for this section would be great, just to bring out that like but it's such a good section anyway, you don't really need to touch it. I think here, just like a detuned bass. It doesn't need to have a sub in it, but just like a I don't know, like do a bass that actually sounds good, not whatever the fuck I'm doing. But just something in here, just to support everything else going on, because you go from like insanely high energy to all of a sudden like the operation of the other 4 units. I think also this little vocal here, the sample, could be louder. So that every step is performed at the right time. We usually count. Because you don't really read it. You don't get that sense that it's there. And I'm talking about like maybe bring it up by 2 decibels, and that's probably enough for you to feel it more. Personally, not a big fan of this. The first time it was okay, I think. This felt cool, but the second time, it feels a little bit too much of a tease. And then once you get the 4/4, it wasn't quite as satisfying. I think if you go... And what you could also consider here is to do a hardstyle section. Just saying. I think a hardstyle section would go so dumbly hard on this track. Like imagine this with a hardstyle kicks. Pum 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 pum. Like it'd be so cool. Super cool. For this low pass here, I would love it if we got like at least a little bit of effect, because it's cool. I liked it. It's interesting, but it feels a little naked. You don't have the sense that like we're taking away the top end of a track and not really giving anything back. It's just kind of gone. The outro is so sick. I submitted a song I made to be background music because I want to start making video essays. Doesn't live up to last week's submission, but it's all I got. Hey, it's alright. Hell yeah. Super banging track. Hashtag focus. We love it. Next up, Micro-Tuned ID by Doxy. Nothing to hear. Rip. Time to follow the account. Gotta invest in my stonks early. Is it this one? Not seen that name yet. Interesting. Does that mean you get a side bass track? Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Can't wait to listen to that later. Hood classic coming up. Wow. Fuck, man, how do you nail this style? It doesn't make any sense! harmony. Cool. But imagine them with bass, like more bass, or like chords, or like, or whatever else you would do to this. I want a mid bass on it. Maybe that's wrong with me, but I want it. I just can't believe this is so pretty. You're so good at managing like the negative space. It's so excellent. I just want to hear like something that doesn't. I want to see you arrange something for once. Melody a bit chaotic, got a different one. I'll probably switch it before release. Yeah, like I would love to just. Is this like the final way you're gonna release this? Because it just feels like you've been spending so much time experimenting with figuring out the sound and the melody and this like style. But there's no, it's not quite, you haven't like committed to it being a song. It's all just like this permanent, abstract workshop of a DAW, of like a project that's like great because you figure out your tools, but you never make the song. And ultimately, at some point, you need to do the work to like make the step to say like this is gonna be a song, I think. Or else we're never going to hear this outside of my feedback stream. So, like, think about when you're going to commit to, like, being like, cool, okay, this is going to be the song, and it's going to be structured like this. Because you can always go back to, like, workshopping it. But if you never break out of that, it's never going to get anywhere, you know? Now, bro, this is just me using FL as a canvas, spot on. Mm-hmm. Which, to be fair, I think has a vibe to it. This is like, oh, it's so pretty. I would genuinely like listen to it like this. I think there's like a lost art to like this super minimalist style, or maybe I just don't connect with it. And I definitely don't listen to this type of stuff normally, but like your stuff is so pretty. 100% would. I don't really have anything else to say. I feel like it needs like a couple extra percussions in here to like dot the space a bit and like make up a little bit more of that groove, because I feel like I'm just missing one more extra element to get me moving. Oh my god, Man in the Mirror Prince type. Okay, I can't wait to listen to that as well. Woohoo! Alright, these are in order what we got. Banging, banging, banging. Alright, Sam, let's go one last time. Hood classic. No, I got two, but I'll play the second one after. Cool intro.
Maybe you could come visit me in the summer. We can go to the beach or down to the river.
so sick. Wow. It's super cool. Super, super cool. I love this already. I love these like glob, like, I don't know what else to call it, like these globular sounds, like gloom, gloom. It's very colory. This. Gloom. And this. Ugh. Oh, this is like very nice and modern too. It's just like, oomph. Kick here hits super well here. I'm not sure I love the kick snare combo here. It's not bad, but I felt a little lost with it. And here it feels like this kick is, I mean, it might just be like the bass, like the 808 that's doing the kick part of it, and I think that's okay. I don't know, chat. How do y'all feel about the snare? Because I'm undecided. Otherwise, like, the vibe is great. I would say do a couple more takes of this vocal, because I can tell that you did it once and didn't do it again. Not that it's bad, but it's just the way it's recorded compromises a lot of the tone. This is one more time. I think it can be a little bit bolder. In bolder, I just mean like, I don't know. Something about it just sounds scuffed. I just want to hear like something that doesn't have that like distraction of it feeling like a scuffed recording, because it does distract you a little bit. In this case, it doesn't contribute, I think, positively to the sound. Also, there's like just specifically a lot of sibilances, and that's from not having like a good enough pop filter or not doing enough de-essing. So definitely de-ess these, and like, I would say do it softer almost when you try for the tone next time. I would say get closer to the mic, more reverb on certain elements. That's a good shout. Yeah, just to get a little bit closer to the mic. It's like one more, one more time. Yeah, I'll see you one more time. But if right here, it's like one more. So it's like too much of this. There's like a lot of in the nose and stuff that I'm hearing, and that's just like, you like have an idea, you send it, bam, 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 and then you just use the take that you got. That's what it sounds like to me, and I think I've heard from you before that that's kind of your style of working. So I'd say, great, you've done it, and now I would say if you want to go back and like fully finish the song, one of the things you could do is just be like, cool, I know what I want, I know exactly what I need to do. I just need to like sit down and like add those elements, like re-record this until it sounds nice. And then the cool thing is like you have then like do like 5-10 takes of it in just like a loop even, and then you've also got more stuff you could vocal chop from if you so please. But I think you're already covered on everything else. Super cool. Super cool. Right, hear this. This kick clap combo was great. Alright guys, who's ready for peak? Is everyone ready for peak? Do we got our snacks and drinks ready? Everyone hit the concession stand before coming? Are we ready for peak? No vocals. L, go home. It's over. No vocals. L. Complete L. Oh my god, Atlas Dean is at 99 followers. How do we get Atlas Dean to 100 followers? How do we do that? Can we help him with that? I'm ready. Alright, let's go. Oh, I can already hear how. Oh, was! Wow. Oh, it's such a mature, like, arrangement and sound. Oh, it's so nice that. Oh, and it's so like 80s too. Oh, fabulous, fantastic. What you put in the chord? What did you put in the chord? Zaza. Yeah, the string. I shouldn't. I didn't even expect less. The string is great. String just like perfect. It's not even the string itself, because I figure you would add that, but it's like the specific string sample that's just so perfect. Oh. What if we did a silly? Oh my god, this takes like a billion years. Oh yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Sorry guys, I need to grab some tissues. It's everywhere on my table now. Holy. Don't look. God damn. Our boy spitting bars on this shit. I'm sending more? Yeah, bro, send it. Alright, next up we got something very different from Dethol. I'm guessing. Just the waveform is giving me a feeling. Alright, let's take a listen. Wow. It was like a really nice soundscape. Nice modulation, that little vibrato and stuff. Okay. Oh, I was expecting something a bit faster, but this is quite nice. Ooh. This is sick. Damn! Whoa. What? Vocal is excellent. Really great selection here. We're missing that like main element sound here now though. But I mean the groove is just absolutely banging. How didn't you show up in chat? Just make music and just robot. I can kind of tell, and it's a vibe. Pyramids and shit, fuck yeah! If I smoked or like did like LSD or something, I would 100% put this in like my playlist to listen to while high. Holy. Pyramids and shit is so right. This is so sick. When it said Psybass, I thought we were talking about like Psytrance mixed with some sort of other genre, but this is like great. This is super cool. And this is somewhat of a weirder track I did. Normally it's more leaning towards the brighter dub side. I like this though. I really think you have something interesting here with this style. There's like something about how organic it is that makes the electronic elements that are in it feel really, really exceptional. It's so chill, yeah. Another ad? Why are you getting ads? Dogstreet, what are you on right now? I forget sometimes the ads exist. The ad. Oh, what if YouTube hears I'm in the ad block nation? Oh my god. Yeah, I think you've sent in a Psytrance track before. Add like another Atlas Dean song. Oh. Bruh. Another ad. Well, how was I supposed to know? What I was saying is like I really like the organic vibe of it. It's just really, really interesting. And the groove. I think the groove is just absolutely mentally awesome. It's like mentally good. It's like unfathomable how good this groove is. And I wasn't. The only thing is, it didn't feel like I got cued in for the groove beforehand. I was expecting something faster. Knowing it now, it makes sense why it's set up like this. But I think it's this hi-hat specifically that's like, it has this pace that's a little too fast. So I would say putting in like a ride or something else in its place that just doesn't have so many notes would make this perfect. Something a bit slower, so that you get that, because then you can get the hi-hat in there anyway, and it's just going to sit in the mix and be great, and it will add the groove regardless, but it won't feel like you're supposed to expect something faster than what's coming. Then again, maybe it's just me. The guitar is also, this guitar is so good. I think the vocals could have a little bit more distortion to them, or just like they're a little too soft. I think you just need like the extra bit of compression that you get out of just adding like 20-30% saturation on a tube, just to make them pop out. And then this Alien, this very cool. I like it. It's a bit too crunchy on the high end. So all the other elements are feeling very organic, and then you have this element that's just really bright in like this very, very top end. So I would say just shelf it and just bring it down a bit, so that it's, and maybe even like take like a high cut and just like take some of the top end off of it. Not all of it. Like, you should be gentle with it. however you want to do that, go for it. Like whichever plugin you think is going to make it the most soft and like, you know, sort of analog sounding probably. But I would recommend just like chilling it out, because it does bring you out of the vibe a bit. And then it reads as being louder as everything else. It needs some work still, I agree. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I figured if it didn't, I don't know why you'd send it into feedback. But sorry, now I'm reading chat. These fuckers are distracting me. Bro, refresh like 5 times, it didn't get one ad. Doctor, your shit is cooked. Otherwise phenomenal, dude. Like, honestly phenomenal. Send this into like the self-promo chat in my Discord, please, when it's released, because I will 100% want to listen to this. Pyramids and shit music. Thought Loops is a great name, but Pyramids and shit is arguably a better name. I'm still writing some parts for it, and when I'm finished, it will do the proper mastering. Gotcha. Pure film sounding. It does have a film like cinematic aspect to it in terms of like the way the soundscape is designed and integrated more so. Just felt very polished. So kudos to you, man. Kudos to you. All right, next up, Psychedelic Frogs. Wanted to make some background music for video essays. Let's go. Wow. Let's try making it a bit quiet and see how it reads. Like, how do we... The fitness gram pacer test. Oh, I used to remember the whole thing of that, and now I don't remember it anymore. Like, imagine like if I was explaining like some really deep shit for a video essay. Like, I do think it's maybe a little busy for a video essay with drums. Depends on the kind of video essay you're doing. Funnily enough, this has the same vibe as the previous song in terms of like it's very spacey, like would make like great high people music. There's certainly an aspect to it that's just very entrancing. This is just a cool song. I don't know why you're reducing this to like background music. Yeah, send in another one, Hayes. I feel like there would 100% be an audience for this, right? Tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but like surely there's like an audience of people that would just love to listen to this. As is. Like, this is sick. This is so cool. It takes like so many of the elements of your like main sound that are exceptional and like puts them in a format where they're showcased even more so, and like by the format or like the genre that you're making. Oh, like, oh, these chords, dude. I don't even really have feedback for this. It's like, okay, maybe I do have one feedback. I'm not a big fan of the double snare. That da-da feels a bit. I think if it's gonna be the double snare, they can't both be that loud. I think the double snare is gonna be like da-da versus da-da. It's like a little, and I think the snare in general is a bit loud. It's like so much louder than the rest of the song. Yeah, so I would just take down the snare here a bit and like get the double out. Send this to Lo-Fi Go? Yeah. Real. Skate park and shit? Yeah. The EQ, the kick is too boomy. Alec coming out with the crazy references again. The fucking spidey senses. Could take a discontent approach to it. Yeah, for sure. I think the thing about the kick being boomy is like, I think it's a good point. But I would argue it's also a big part of the sound. I think if you made it less boomy, I think you just lose like some of the character that like makes the song sit in this like hypnotic liminal vibe. So my instinct is to say like, think about the kick. If you feel like it's too boomy, Hans, then like go for it. And if not, like, to me, don't worry about it. That's my thought. But I mean, now you know. I'm just not sure if this is like, I mean, it really depends what kind of video essays you're doing. I think for some type of stuff, it's gonna work super great. But it doesn't feel like great generic video essay music. This feels like it fits like it has to have a certain type of segment and a certain type of atmosphere to hit. But like, I'm very impressed. This is cool. I hope this finds like a home as well. I hope you end up finding a place for it, because it should be out there in my opinion. Even if you just make like an extra profile and just like slap it on there, I would love to listen to this. All right, Microtune Freestyle Remix. Let's go.
If you're not ready to move on now.
No, don't clip that, bro. You want to see something? Watch this. No, this is so good. I have to like listen to it again, but we're gonna listen to it slowed. Ah, bastards. Oh. Use a different extension. I'm gonna turn on the technology 1 second. You'll just have to listen to it and imagine that it's happening. All right, let's get it playing for me. Wait, wrong tab. Oh yeah. Oh, it's time for peak, everybody. One more semitone. Where's the SpongeBob gift, bro? Oh, like literally us right now. Absolute peak. Absolute peak. It literally just the SpongeBob. This is us all together. Fabulous. Well done. Well done. No notes. Finish it or I will come and find you. That's my feedback. Baby Me Mine Type V5. Here we go. Another ad. Let's get it. You guys are just trying to drain my balls or like what's going on? Oh, dude, like these run-ups with the strings are crazy. Absolutely insane. Like, this is not real. Absolutely insane. Show me, this was fucking dope. It is crazy. It is. I just love this like. It's like such an insane like hook for the instrumental, and then you have the. That like crazy run up with the strings too. The call and response is on point, you know it. Go slowed on this and it's gonna bang. Oh. Alright. One more time. One more time. We must complete the cycle.
Where you wanna stay now? Where you gotta play? Where you wanna stay now? Where you gotta play?
Michael Jackson in the flesh. Who's chatting reading Kyogon? All of them. I mean, come on, guys. Like, ooh. You're banned. The thing is, I can see your messages, Dog Street, and so can Dally. Put it up 50 cents. I don't. Let me see if I can do that. I might have to specifically do some funky timing stuff. Then afterwards we'll move on because I do wanna We'll do like 3. This is gonna be like around 50. Oh, it's a little too much. 3, 4. This 50 cents. It's like 60 cents. 2, 9. At this point, I don't want to know what the number is now for 50 cents. All right, that's fine. There you go. Okay, that's sick. Next Atlas Dean drop is like when my father comes home with the milk. So whenever that is, you know. Nah, but that's like a color bass head's idea of like everything sounds better. So good. Banging. Okay, guys. 2 more tracks. Let's get it. Diesel Dahlia's Daydream. Let's go. 7 minutes, holy. We're in for a long one. There is a chance I might skip through this because it's a bit long for me. But it depends. If it's a banger, it's a banger. Like, you guys will just have to sit through it. Yeah, send me one more. Send me one more. Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Wow, this is so beautiful. Holy. This is so good. This is insanely good. I can't. I feel like a dolphin right now. Oh, yes. Wow. Imagine if it switched to a Psytrance drop. Come on. That would be a crazy VIP, but I love this like the peace and serenity of this. Did you play the guitar? because I've heard this. I heard this similar type of guitar in the previous track. It's so well done. It really sells the whole track. Well done, mate. The guitar is like, it don't really matter how you got to the end result, it sounds fantastic. We would never have known how much or how little post-processing you've done. It sounds good. What is that segment? It's so good. What? That's insane. Part of a new album you're writing. Damn, mate. I have to wait a whole year for this? Holy. I hope to be half as good when I have been producing for 17 years. This is insanely good. Like, I'm not even trying to glaze you or like trying to be nice. This is like for sure in like the top 100 pieces of music I've heard. Just flat out. That is insane. That is such a journey. I love that. I love that so much. Like everything from like the sound selection, the whole vibe. There's not a ton for me to say on this. It's like maybe like one or two of these leads are a bit bright, like the stuttery stuff as well. Like these little glitchy, like those maybe get a little intrusive sometimes. But you know, like who am I really to give you feedback, to be honest? The only other thing is like, if you're talking about like you're working on this, like you're writing it over a long time, you might get to this naturally, but I'll just put it out here. It's like, I think the bass could benefit from just a bit more like analog warmth in terms of the saturation. And it's mostly just for the texture, because I think it just feels, once you get to here, at this point in the track, I start to hear that this is like a digital, like electronic bass. And I think if you just like warm it up a bit, fuzzy it up per se, and just use like a nice saturation that's going to add like a kind of unique texturing across the whole thing, it will just help add a bit more depth on like the effects level, which I think will go a long way across such a long track. I think it goes a long way in any track, but sometimes it's easy to not notice it. Like, you can have, if a track is 2 minutes, you're not going to notice like these like subtler variations nearly as much as when it's one sound across 7 minutes. Even in a 2-minute track, you usually don't have one element that's running the whole time. I'm feeling blessed. Like, sounds like very mature and professional. Thought of like 5 different movies this could have been in the OST score for. Yep, true. Like 100%. Any documentary would be absolutely blessed to have this as like a part of their thing. Like, can you imagine this over like some amazing, beautiful like montage footage of like some underwater sea creatures? It'd be fantastic. I would be insanely locked in. I already put 60 hours on the track. I'm kind of sick of it, so I'll load it back up after a couple months to polish it. Yeah, that's fair. This sounds like 60 hours of work though, like genuinely. Like, honestly, I'm amazed it's only 60 hours because it's so deep. It really, really well done. Shit makes me want to be a dolphin. Yeah, I think Echo Flux, the big note is that there's not that many notes. Like, it's a great song. You could put this out there and I'm like trying to find things to pick on here of like maybe this could be different, that could be different, but let's be a dolphin, then I'm down for it. So free for real. Excellent. Thank you so much for sending this in. Okay, hell yeah. Send it in. I think we all want to hear what's on this album. So we'll do this, and then the last Atlas Dean one, and then this one, and then I'll say enough for today. Coloring everything. Now we're going like complete different vibe. Transition to the drop is very bad, and the whole track is an experiment. Hey, experiments are great. Let's take a listen. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit. Should turn it down more? Is that a threat? Oh god. I'll oblige. Hey, happy New Year, Dog 3. I'm glad we're all having fun here. This is great. Giga vibes. I really like that. Mister, the transition to the drop is very bad. Meanwhile, it's this. Like, what? That's such a cool pre-drop. Like, what are we talking about? Unconscious all distortion. Yeah, this is sick. This is so sick. I love the way that this like sub like kind of clips through and like sort of, I don't know, it like distorts in a very interesting way, where it doesn't like digitally clip in like an ugly way, but just like it has this very subby clippy sound to it. Super cool. I mean, I don't really have much to say here. Just like maybe the bubbles could automate more, or automate like in a like dramatic way. Or like whatever this atmosphere is, because I feel like it's, ooh, but to me it reads like bubbles. Like that's the thing I think of in my head, is like a recording of bubbles. Although it's probably more like something that's been stretched. I think the little pew sells the whole thing. More sub? Add more sub again. Also, oh, this ending. Whole song feels like cathartic release. Like you're finally back in that mode after being repressed for a long time. Real. Okay, someone's texting my phone. Check Adlib in there too. Well, now I forgot what I was saying. God damn it! My brain like totally sick. It's really sick, dude. Like, what am I gonna say? I had something important to say. Oh my god. Yeah, I think chat, confirm, deny, or like give your thoughts, but I feel like a little bit more sub would be nice. Like if you just add like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 dB more of sub, you'll like, it'll just feel like even more solid, you know, like the balance will be nice. You're trying to end stream, or can I submit something I've been working on this morning and part during stream? Yeah, just go for it. At this point, like, we're gonna listen to an Atlas Dean one. I'd love to listen to another one by you. I exported the drop and reversed it. That's the song. This. What? 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 Okay. You can't add it afterwards? Like, you can't add it, just like literally take this file then and boost the sub. Like, just, the thing is, if you have the exported version, that's fine. Just take the exported version and just go boop. And what you could theoretically do is, like, if you have, like, Ozone, you can do, like, their, I think I can show you what I mean. Ozone, I'm gonna pull out the thing in a second. They have like this one thing. Where is it? Like, is it the stabilizer? No, it's like this like dynamic master rebalance. Here we go, where you can just like boost ups, and it like does whatever it's doing to boost the bass, and then you can listen to what it's boosting. That might work if you don't want to go through and like manually automate the sub to go up after every kick, which would be a bit asinine. But something like that could work. Or you just boost everything with the kick and, you know, just do a little automation clip for the drop and that's it. But it's not that big of a deal. How many projects you got? Bro, put the date on it and shit. He always puts the date. Always puts the date. Because he has like 18 different exported versions of like the same song that he'll flip through, like, that span like 7 months. Instrumental stretch, don't mind it. It's really high. You've heard the instrumental before because it's just fine. It has vocals on it. Yo! Well, there's nothing wrong with putting dates. Don't let him bully you.
In case you still forgot, I know that you need me. And though you won't admit, I know that you need me. And other night you said, I know that you need me. In case you still forgot, I know that you need me. Because a kiss on my love.
Oh, yes! His tone is back!
On my love. And know you kiss on my love. A kiss on my love. I know you kiss on my love.
Oh my god, I love this tone of yours. This one just like, Kiss on my love. Oh my god, like what?
In case you still forgot, I know
It's-
my love.
It's like this.
Now you kiss on my know that you need me. In case you still forgot, I know that you need me. Because you kiss on my love. And now you kiss on my love. And now you kiss on my love. A kiss on my love. I know you kiss on my love.
Oh no, I deleted my camera. Unlucky. Wait, let's see if we can revive this bastard. The 5 minutes before the. We might be cooked, chat. Hey, we're back. We're good. Recovery successful. Okay. Chat, how we feeling? Thank you guys. Why don't you have Michael Jackson on? Why do you have Michael Jackson? Why do you think? No, harmonies are great. I mean, this is just like finish it one day when dude, I would love it if my children could listen to this song. That would be really cool. Like if they can, like I'll bring them to the launch party for the album and it'll be great. Just let me know. The Evil Mirage of the Inward Eye, 16-bit. Oh, I'm very, very curious now what this is going to sound like. Alright, Echoflux, that sounds like a great recommendation. You had some more bite in that rumble? Mm-hmm. They're gonna find out about their Pinterest boards. Alright, we gotta lock in though. Oh. Wow. What? What? Make me want to traverse the desert on a camel. Yeah. I'm so blown away by how much world building there is in your songs, dude. It's really, really impressive. Just so much world building. Like the fact that everyone in chat is just like, I want to ride on a camel. I'm gonna become a dolphin. Like going on like an ocean adventure. That's the question we all want to know the answer to, Hans Claire. When will Ecoflux score films? Some film scoring for smaller creators? Hell yeah. I'm amazed at how good this low end is as well. Like, oh. Well, that was cinema. That was absolutely cinema. I feel like I've been on another, like, insane journey. Some tambourine transitions every 2 bars would be sick. I don't know if every 2 bars though. I feel like every 2 bars are a little too repetitive. But, like, every, like, 8 to 16 bars, maybe, like, having a tambourine transition would be quite cool. Just like a... I'm almost thinking, like, on some rain stick vibes. In the sense of, like... this like shuffling, like to get this like fluttery thing going between bars. But honestly, like that's like I guess you could add that. I feel like I'm just looking for things to say when there's not much for me to say. You're the GOAT. That's all I can really say. Like you're the GOAT. This is insane. I'm very much looking forward to listening to this once you release it. Because I can't wait to listen to the whole album now. He has a very niche reference, but if you added drums like in Subnautica Salutations, that would be cool. Can I pull up this reference? I need to like go and eat food, guys. Wait a minute. I'm getting like sucked into the thing. Okay, I kind of want to look up. I want to see if I can find Subnautica Salutations. This. Y'all talking camel riding and stuff? My real camel riding track I haven't shown yet? This is even more insane track to ride to my camel? La Habibsa, today we ride camel. This American is looking for the temple jewelry. Like this? It's the camel riding track. Oh my god. Okay, no, we can't. We can't. I'm gonna be here forever, guys. I kind of want to hear the camel riding track, though. I kind of want to hear it. But I get what you mean with this. This is such a cool track as well. All right, Skrillex time. We need no CAMEL for now. Started the shit this morning. Rip. Da 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 da. We might have the camel riding track, guys. This is sick as well. This is cool. This is kind of going like the same direction as like this tune. Wait, where is it? Is it gone? No, it disappeared. But the track from last week, the other side, it has like that same vibe. The switchy perks are sick. Heavy. Drop the queue if you have time. I feel like we have to do it now. CAMEL? Are we ready for the camel riding track, everybody? Not to breeze over your Hans Club, my bad, but like, it's the camel riding track. I feel like we gotta. But this is cool. I like finish it. This is sick. I think as well on this one, if you find a way to blend this with your like more indie pop style, it would be crazy. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I feel like you could do it. Camels in chat. W camel track, let's go. Ilang salikum. Indandaris faina. Lahan sabiha. Intakshamla hangalahida. Kurt embaladuda. Oh my god! There's no way. You weren't kidding when you said this is the camel riding track. Oh my god! Bro, we got the. We gotta get out of here, man. Ride my camel. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Nah, there's no way. This is so gas. Yo. Tutankhamun. Ah, yes. Yes. It's so good. Yes, it's absolutely been an insane 180 every time. This is like musicians unite, you know, like everybody unites to ride the camel. All of music but one camel, you know? Woo! Nice run. The harmony. Da, 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 da. Like what? Do you just own all of these instruments? I can't even. What? It's like so beyond polished. I can't. This doesn't even feel like something that someone made. It feels like something that came out of like the universe, like out of space. It's that perfect. Like there's nothing in here that I even like. And I mean this in the best way. It doesn't feel like it has the trace of like of human work on it. This is just like divine musical scripture that's just descended for us to ride camels to. What? It's crazy. Michael Jackson to pop to riding camels. Ood in there. Only on the Kyokan channel. The Kyokan channel, that sounds like something like, it's like, welcome to channel 4. Today on the Kyokan channel. The camel riding saga returns. Bob Marley reggae vibes. I'm sure there's an element of that in there. Most is made with contact libraries. Excellent use of them. Wow. With the big spliffy riding the desert waves on a camel. Yeah! Absolutely based. The fact that you made this in FL Studio makes me so happy. I know there's a part of this that's like, it sounds like the type of thing that would come out of like some insane like studio, you know, like some big Cubase project with like 700 instrument tracks or whatever. So the idea that this is just one dude like in their studio or in your like wherever you make music, wandering the desert in your mind, just sending it to make the ultimate camel riding song makes me incredibly happy. Just you, a guitar, some contact libraries, maybe a MIDI keyboard, and just go. absolutely insane. I mean, like, we can't, now it's over. This is the peak ending to this stream. This is like top 5 streams we've ever had. This is amazing. Absolute peak. This is like absolutely peak. FL Studio is the best DAW I've ever touched. I can do so much sound design in it and with ease. I agree. I think FL is one of the most underappreciated. It's like, it is an underappreciated DAW. And the way FL is today as well, I think is so good. And I think it's easy for it to sort of just sit on this like, oh, it's for beat makers. Like, no. You just don't know how to use the program. And that's, I will say, I don't think FL is the most accessible. I think it has like a steeper learning curve and a sort of more infinite learning curve than some of the other DAWs. But that's also one of the things that makes it exciting. Is like you just, once you know how to use the program, it feels super intuitive and very free. Needs to add a feature where you can install an update inside the DAW. They have that to some extent. It depends on the size of the update. But at least to my knowledge, there are like updates that do, like patches and stuff that do run automatically. But that just has to do with, I think, the complexity of the software. Is my assumption. I might be wrong. I'm sure I need to update my FL. I don't usually care enough unless there's like a feature that I specifically am like, I need this. I usually just don't. Workflow in FL Studio is so versatile, so everyone can find his or her own workflow in it. I agree. Like, it's so true. Like, till you run into a latency dilemma that makes you test things to fix it like a mad scientist gone mad, losing your sanity and your soul for 7 months, then realizing, yeah, it was a plugin, and then you're good. Yep, true. Yeah, you had like a nightmare story about. For context for the people, most of you guys won't know the story, but basically, Dalek here was struggling because FL Studio doesn't calculate the latency induced by UAD plugins for whatever reason. So it was adding tons of latency onto only channels, only the tracks, obviously with the UAD plugins, and just. It might be different if you have a UAD like interface, but if you don't, you might be. It's the only UAD on Windows, by the way. Yeah, true. Dalek on the tirade. Everyone is Dalek's op. Windows UAD, image line, W Apple. Worked in Ableton as well, but latency in there was horrible. Recording my instruments and doing my own was so painful in Ableton. Yeah, I don't know. I think Ableton is like, for the most part, it's like it's easier to. I think it's faster to go from 0 to something in Ableton, especially early on when you're learning the workflow. It's like to teach somebody how to do music production. It's a lot easier in Ableton. In FL, there's like a lot more because everything is so unlocked. There's so many pieces that can move around and go in a different order from each other. It can be difficult sometimes to teach people like a baseline workflow and then let them figure it out from there. But once you do figure it out, you're a happy camper. All these damn DAWs going to improve gain. I mean, I will say DAW development is expensive. It's like it's a difficult process. It's difficult to even get like competition because you are selling a product that you basically, especially in FL's case, like they sell it one time and then the only time they make money from you after that is like on further plugin sales, which I think is fair, but also it's like it can be a real uphill battle because it's such a complex thing to develop as well. And FL Cloud, but honestly, who uses that? Maybe there are people who use it. I don't know. It's like one of those like things that just don't touch, don't think about. It's not there to me, so I don't think about it. But yeah, fair enough. Do probably make money off FL Cloud. Let me flip this around so I'm like looking into the middle. Flip horizontal. That's really awkward. Undo. Never mind, I'll just stare into the sideways of space. I've stared into my door, it looks very funny. Well. Here we are, everybody. Thank you guys so much. This was such a fun stream. You guys made it such a fun stream. I really enjoyed it. I asked a while ago about the Trinket album. I don't think I've heard the Trinket album. In the end, it doesn't matter which DAW I use if the outcome was nice music. WS stream on God. Hey, you guys made it such a fun stream. It was your music. Your music made it such a fun stream. I love the Super Club one. Oh, yes. To answer your question, my favorite is probably like the motion sickness one. Or maybe You're Serious, Aren't You? Those are both like such great tunes. I really like them. I think maybe they're also the most like traditionally structured songs. Longest stream? It probably on this channel, yeah. Yeah, bases are great. Welcome back, Green Dragon. You missed the camel riding saga. I might have to clip that camel riding saga. It was too good. It was too good. Yeah, it's hard to explain now. And we're about to end stream. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to go lay down and stare at the ceiling. Thanks for the feedback. Koikin. Bro missed everything. Camel! Alrighty, guys. Much love. I don't think I'll be streaming next week because I'll be on holiday. I might maybe be able to fit it in. I don't know how things are looking. But I'll probably be hungover sleeping under a table based on the date that it is. So, if not, I'll see you guys a week after for sure. On the 9th or the 10th. So, have a great one, dude. Thanks for the kind words you gave. Thank you for the fantastic music. I'm can't wait to listen to the whole album, dude. Thank you all for this WR stream. Absolutely. W stream, big love. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.